What's up, guys? It's Beast, and this is going to be a lot more in-depth than my last guide on how to beat a Feral Druid. This is going to be how to beat a Ret Paladin. I'm going to go into their skills a little bit more. The main ones that will screw up a warrior. Now, as you see on the first one, Repentance, Avenging Wrath, and Hammer of Justice. Now, you're probably watching this, but you're probably saying, "Oh, Beast, you can Circle Rage out of Repentance." Yes, you can. That's correct. But you don't want to do that. For many reasons. One, it breaks on damage, and the only reason you should have Berserker Rage out of it, if it's later in the fight and he's gonna, you can kill him and he's just gonna heal himself, then yeah, go ahead and Berserker Rage it. But if it's early in the fight and nobody's really taking a lot of damage, don't pop Berserker Rage because you won't have an enrage effect to pop your enrage regeneration. You could get lucky and get a Mortal Strike crit and then have an enrage, but that's rare nowadays. You really don't have an enrage, so you need to save Berserker Rage for your heal, or else you'll be screwed. So don't fall for the Repentance trick. The next one is Avenging Wrath. Now, this is where their main burst is going to come out of. They'll also pop a couple other things. Zealotry and Inquisition. Zealotry lets them use 1 Crusader Strike for 3 Holy Power, and Inquisition increases their holy damage by 30. So they're going to be doing 50% more holy damage, I think. A lot of damage, pretty much. So you need to save your disarm and your enrage regeneration and everything for this big burst. Of course, you're going to knock down and then maybe disarm. Definitely save knockdown for Avenging Wrath. No other time you should use it unless you already pooped on them before they even popped it. But the last skill, sorry, I can't count apparently. Third skill is Hammer of Justice. Most paladins, good paladins, will pop this early in the fight. And it's 6 seconds stun, and you do not want a Ret Paladin whacking you for 6 seconds. That's enough time to get about 3 holy power. You need to trinket this because you have also things you need to be getting up. You need to be getting up Rend, you need to be getting up your stacks of Lamps of the Slaughter, you need to get a hamstring off. You cannot sit in that 6 second stun, so you need to trinket that. You need to get your Lamps of the Slaughter, your Rend, and everything else off, or you will lose the duel because you gave them pretty much a really good opener, and you don't want that to happen. Alright. Now, I guess I don't think I've been clear enough on when and how to use Slam. There is times you should use Slam, times you shouldn't. Now, Slam does nice damage, but you should not be spamming it. There are certain skills you want to always have on cooldown before you use them, and always have. Mortal Strike, Overpower, and Colossal Slam. Those are your main 3 abilities that you want to have on cooldown. Mortal Strike, for the fact of the first skill, Lance the Slaughter, is one of your talents. You need to have Mortal Strike pretty much on cooldown because it increases the damage of all your abilities pretty much by 30%, so you need Lance the Slaughter up. Overpower, it has a really high crit chance, and it will end up probably doing more damage from Slam because of its high crit chance. Colossal Slam, this is going to increase all of your damage. It's nerfed to 50% in PvP, but 50% extra armor penetration is still a lot, and it'll help all of your abilities. So, you want to use all of this before you use Slam and Heroic Strike. These are your main abilities, your core abilities that you need to use. They're all really low rage abilities for a reason, because these are your core abilities, and they have, for the most part, Mortal Strike and Colossal Slam have the biggest cooldown compared to Heroic Strike and Slam, which pretty much have no cooldown. Overpower only has 1, but you only get so many because they proc every 3 seconds due to Taste for Blood. There is another skill that's on here that I didn't put because I ran out of room, but there's Rend. Rend's also something you always keep up in the beginning of the duel, and it shouldn't fall off if you're able to keep your Mortal Strikes up. The only time Rend should fall off and your Lamps of the Slaughter should fall off if you just CC'd in a Root, in a Cyclone, something else that allows you not to hit the target. But for the most part, you really are not going to have to cast Rend again as long as you can keep MS on cooldown, because Rend lasts 16 seconds and Mortal Strike is about a 5-second cooldown, so you should be able to keep Rend up with just Mortal Strike. But for the most part, you're going to want to use Mortal Strike, Overpower, and Colossal Slam before Slam and Heroic Strike. Those are your main damage dealing abilities. Now in this duel, for some weird reason, versus Bubble Guy, His Seal of Truth looks like it breaks the Repentance, which I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen. But anyway, so I did not Zerker Rage this Repentance, so don't call me out on it. But anyway, so it's pretty self-explanatory what happens. He Hodge me, I Trinket, and I do my normal rotation. And a lot of people are going to say, "Yo, you're not using Slam." I used it there. It's a lot harder to use Slam when when you're both running around like weirdos like you are now. Anyways, a Hero Leap Charge, and he ends up bubbling here. I shatter it off, and right before he gets that heal off, I manage to fear him. He ends up trinketing that fear. I get my Colossal Slam up, but he kites me through it again, and he pops wings here. I throw him down. I pop my Deadly Calm, Last Stand, and Rage Regeneration, and I end up finishing the duel off pretty strong there. Alright, second duel. I did a little something different. He was trying to get my dead zone, so I popped my sprint so I could get it off. But I trinketed the Hodge, but I do something that I told you not to do, but I'll explain myself and my reasoning on doing it. I do my rotation, I guess you can say. It's not really a rotation, it's all kind of situational. See, anyways, he repentance me, and he's already like 30%, so I Zerker Rage out of it, but before the Zerker Rage and Rage is over, I heal myself with it. So it didn't go to waste, because I was pretty much half health anyways. I need to get my heal off, and he already was in a bop, so I pretty much was gonna need to get some health somewhere. So it wasn't a total waste. So that right there is a good example of when to use it if you need to use it, because he's pretty much pressured into a wall and can't really pick himself back up. He didn't pop wings, so. Alright, same shit, different duel. He's gonna Hodge me right off the bat, and I'm gonna trinket it like that. Pow! Look at that trinket. Alright. Same shit. Colossal slamming, all that shit. I think I Berserker Rage. Right when I Berserker Rage, I ended up getting Heroic Leap Charge stun, and do my heal, and I actually have an Enrage from a Mortal Strike crit. So, yeah, I got lucky, but he couldn't even get the bop off in this duel. But yeah, let's go to the last one. Let's hurry up. Probably tired of hearing me talk. Okay, this is where you would probably want expertise, but I have a resilience trinket on because I'm going to take a lot of damage 1v1 if I have my Anger Forge, and Anger Forge is really hard to get 5 stacks on in a duel. Maybe not so much Red Paladin, but it's never up when you need it. So I have my resilience one on, and so I'm lost expertise because I reforged the crit on the trinket to expertise, and he ends up, when he pops wings, he parries my throwdown, so I'm in a lot of trouble. So he's gonna have a lot of burst on me, and it's getting to the point where it got scary. But I managed to just beat him by the skin of my teeth. But yeah, make sure you get that expertise. And that's it. And it's a blank screen. I could have credits here or something, but I'm not going to. We're gonna make you look at a black screen. You are now aware that your screen is really dirty. You should probably clean that. That is really gross. What is it, like boogers in the left-hand corner? What are you doing? It's a really dirty screen. So you should probably go get some something to clean that off. But anyways, I hope you learned on how to use Slam better, and a basic guide on how to be Ret Pallies. This will not work on every Ret Pally. I'm just trying to help a little bit. It will, if from an arena standpoint, it might help a little too. Throwdown, you might want to save for a CC on a healer. That's what I normally do. But definitely wings is something you need to look out for, especially in arena. And your monitor is really dirty, and you should probably go clean it. Anyways, see you later.